coming to you live and uncensored. This is the Hype Podcast. I'm oh so fresh with my co-host, yet to be named.
That's me. We talk about everything from new gadgets, gizmos, politics, movies, and music.
And our very own personal stories, because you know a motherfucker has to keep it real.
I don't want to alert you too much. I don't want to say this is like Bobby Brown and New Edition breaking up. I'm not good to go solo. No, I am doing this by myself because it is on me. It is my folly. Because I forgot my iPhone adapter, and my friend, my co-host, my amigo, is out of town. It's very difficult to do a show without him, but I plan to be as entertaining, not more entertaining, because there'd be no point in us doing a show together. But this is the Hype Podcast. I'm DJ Oh So Fresh, happy to be with you on a Sunday. Living well, my friends. The rain has returned. I return to you older. I have reached the great level of being 44 and officially middle-aged. Yeah, that hill, I'm not over it. No, I'm not over it in the least bit. But man, I am making strides. But I'm not going to die like one of those motherfuckers trying to make it to the top of Mount Everest. No, I'm not going to go out like that. Because, number one, I'm going to live up to a stereotype and say I'm black and I don't like the cold. You can clap for that. Today, yes. Thank you very much. Feels good to have a studio audience, isn't it? Yeah, it's great. So today, let's go ahead and I'm gonna run down what I'm gonna do for you today. We're gonna make this quick and easy. If you're a lady, probably just like you the last time you got pregnant, quick and easy, and you didn't even know this shit happened to you. So today we're gonna run down. I'm gonna tell you how we aren't the best in basketball anymore. You thought, we invent some shit. We invented a lot of shit, but we're not the best anymore. And in basketball, we prove that. Also, if you're a John Legend fan, you might want to turn it up or you might want to turn it off because I'm about to tell this guy to shut the fuck up. I call myself a centrist. I label myself a centrist. And if you listen to the show, I don't lean one way or the other. But when I hear the great John Legend, with such beautiful songs in his background. I mean, this guy has won an Oscar, a Tony, a Grammy. And what else? There's another thing. And an Emmy. He's won all four of those. But on social issues, I wish the guy would just shut the fuck up. Because he sings very well. Love, beautiful fucking voice. But even with your beautiful degree in theater, wherever the fuck you did, I still don't think you're an expert on telling me how my country should be run. That's the second thing we're going to touch on. Another thing, a little bit more politics, immigration sucks. We're just going to say immigration sucks. And I'll give you a little bit more, a couple more details on that. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on it because I don't think you agree with my thoughts. And yeah, you tuned in to hear somebody who has a different opinion from you, right? And during this current health food craze that we are living, the healthiest time in our American existence, I guess. The most obese, the healthiest. I mean, if you thick, girl, I will call you healthy. But that's not the ideal of healthy, but I love thick, man. I mean, with a double C, fuck the K. THICC. If that is you, make sure you hit us up on the Hype Line, 503-776-0167. Once again, this is Oh So Fresh, the Hype Podcast for a Sunday. And the big thing I want to talk about today, and we're all going to try and get this wrapped up ASAP. I don't want to hold you up too long. My Sunday's long. I got shit to do after this. Are you guilt tipping? Really? Like, when are you actually tipping, and when are you tipping out of guilt? And sometimes, for some of us, I'm a working stiff myself. This podcast does not provide a living for your man and them. So sometimes I'm tipping people, and I really can't afford to because I either feel guilty or shamed. Ain't that a bitch? So let's go ahead and get this party started because there's no room for banter. Do I want to tell you how my birthday was? It was amazing because I didn't do shit. Not shit. Maybe some time with family and shit like that, but really not shit. That's a good birthday to me. Let's go ahead and get it started with the 5 minutes of funk.
1, 2, 3, 5.
Now, I got to tell you about USA basketball. We were dominant. We were awesome. Yes, life was much better when Michael Jordan was a part of the team because we always fucking won. We got eliminated from the international tournament. This is the team that most likely will compete in the Olympics. They got eliminated from international play in the 7th spot. I mean, I'm not saying, they got the bronze. No, they didn't even qualify for a medal. I think, what is this? Fucking double copper? It seems like the good old days when, everybody, well, it's not the good old days. You remember before the Dream Team, before they put the Dream Team together and we would lose? We never placed this low. So, are we no longer the dominant power in basketball? I like LeBron. I kinda. Hey, fuck you, because Taco Tuesday didn't work out. I'll comment quickly on LeBron. Taco Tuesday, if you thought that man was going to legitimately copyright Taco Tuesday, you were so lost and you were so caught up in the rapture. Come on, man. He just did that as a stunt. Let's be honest. Let's keep it real. All right, let's take it over. We're going to number 2. That will be politics. Let's hit it. So, the Supreme Court is pretty much wants to rule, and this makes sense to me, and you can give your opinion. I'd rather hear your opinion than mine on this one. Remember, 503-776-0167. That's how you get in touch. So, the Supreme Court said that if you want amnesty in this country, then you have to come directly to America. So, if you take passage through another country to get here, then hey, we can offer you amnesty. And I can think of people who are coming from South American countries. I mean, they don't have, you're already refugeeing. You don't have enough to get on a Delta flight. But hey, you know what I'm saying? If you travel through Mexico to get here, coming from any other country, you travel through Canada to get here as a refugee, automatically denied. Kind of fucked up, but shit, kind of slows it down, huh? Now, me personally, shoot, if you want to come here, man, come on over here. I mean, I don't agree with this. People who come across the border are crooks and whatever. The only thing I disagree with is the amount of sympathy that's being shown if you were put in jail for being here illegally. Before you want to throw a sympathetic tear to any of that shit going on, you should think about the people who got arrested for a bag of weed and were ripped away from their children. Citizens. Think about the citizens of our country, even wrongly accused citizens. Think if you are wrongly accused of something and you're put in jail, nobody gives a fuck where your kids go. Gives a mad shit where your kids go. So, call me greedy, call me stingy, but motherfucker, I need to take care of mine. I need to take care of mine and the motherfuckers that are here. How about that? All right, let's move on to some more rich people. This is my boy John Legend really fucking up. So you probably heard about the college scandal with Felicity Huffman and the chick from Full House or Fuller House. Well, Felicity Huffman ended up getting 14 days in jail. Not bad. 14 days in jail, $30,000 of $30,000 fine and 250 hours of community service. I did more than 250 hours of community service for a traffic ticket, and she pulled off a bribe to get her child into school. But that's not the irony of it, because the legal system is not bent towards us regular working class folks. You know that. I mean, come on.
Oh my God, I will fuck you up, Angela.
That's why I think every time I think of the fucking legal system. But John Legend, he comes out and says, I get why everyone's mad at rich person X that gets a short sentence and the poor person of color Y gets a long one. Legend wrote this on Twitter. He wrote this yesterday. The answer isn't for X to get more. It's for both of them to get even less. We should level up, not down. Johnny boy, I'm going to tell you like this. It relates back to the immigration thing. The fact that she got 14 days in jail and 250 hours of community service for bribing someone to get her child into school, lying about it initially. You think that's really right? Come on. Now, let's just run down the line. I can think of people that have been very wrongly accused that have spent more time in a holding cell than 14 days. This woman never spent a day in jail, but she committed fraud. She cheated other people that might be well deserving their children out of spots at a prestigious school and paid it off. And she paid this off too. So, John, find somebody else to defend. No criticism. I think, anytime All the Meat comes on, man, I want to grab somebody, hug them real close and, tell them how I really feel. Just hit that. Just have that good Diesel Fresh moment every time I think of some John Legend music. It's almost as soothing as putting on some Barry White. But for real, John Legend, shut the fuck up. Because let's extend cancel culture. Let's extend it to motherfuckers who don't know shit about shit, talking about shit they're not dealing with. To be honest with you. And last but not least, I got one more thing for you. KFC says, hey, we don't really want to invest in serving healthy foods anymore. They don't sell well. And I think KFC, you are perfectly right. Because when I go to KFC, the healthiest thing I get is coleslaw. If you try and do you ever go get chicken wings and they give you the celery and you go fuck that celery? I eat the wings and that's it. Oh, especially when I'm if you don't know, I'm recently out of braces. When I have braces, celery, oh, come on, family. What's going on, man? What do I want these long bushy things coming off for teeth? No, but KFC is perfectly right. Serve that chicken. Serve that heart attack. I mean, you're talking about the motherfuckers that made a sandwich called the Double Down that the meat was the bun. The meat was the bun. Let me tell you again. The meat was the motherfucking bun. And let me tell you, that was delicious. So, shout out to you, KFC. Now, I have to tell you, it's been an awesome time living 44 years on this earth. Man, it is amazing. If you want to sing happy birthday, like I said, I have to give you the number constantly because you know what? You guys aren't getting in touch enough. 503-776-0167. I might even send you a prize. I might call you. I will not show up at your house because you know what? Player? It's not cool to show up at people's houses. And I want to say that to my homeboy Dupree. Don't ever show up at my house like that again. So let me get to my main topic for today. And it's a bitch. And I deal with this all the time. It's tipping. I don't quite understand how tipping works. I used to. You know why? I've been an amazing tipper for a majority of my life. Well, actually, no, not majority. About half my life, I've been an amazing tipper. You know why? I'll tell you exactly why. Because I was told, because I'm black, I'm going to receive lesser service because I tip less. And it's a known, it's a proven thing. It's proven that it is a stereotype. And I don't care who you are, fucking snowflake. It is, if you are that fucking liberal ass barista, you're still going to give me shittier service because you know this motherfucking black dude is not going to tip me very well. So I've always been a good tipper because of that. That's it. I've been guilt tipping for a majority of my life. And really, if I could count it back, what kind of Lamborghini would be sitting in my fucking driveway right now if I got all those tips back? And they're just out there. You're a barista. You're just out there fucking smoking cloves behind the building or something like that. So I've been contributing to the clove fund instead of taking care of my own needs. Now, if you're a bartender, I will tip you well. Yeah, you provide a service because the better the tips, the stiffer the drinks. It just works out like that. Every action deserves an equal reaction. That's not a direct quote, but damn, take it from me. If I tip you well, I deserve something because really, when you go to a restaurant or you get you go to a restaurant, you are tipping for the future. You're not actually receiving the benefit of your tip. Are you tipping? Are you tipping because you receive good service? Or are you tipping to make sure the next time you show up, that motherfucker doesn't spit in your food? Now, here's where the point of today's topic is. When you go someplace, and this is a new thing, And this is truly what I call guilt tipping. When you go someplace and they have that little iPad thing, you've seen this. You go up to the counter and they don't even have to have the iPad thing. You go up to the counter, you buy something from the counter, but they do it a lot with the iPad. You use your card, right? They turn the machine around for you to sign out on your card, and they give you the option to tip. Tip for fucking what? Seriously. Like, I'm at the counter, I'm buying stuff. Like, I'm buying stuff here. Like, there's no service to my table. It isn't like you kept the water full. It isn't like you gave me extra butter for my crab when I was at Red Lobster. And let me just tell you, the crab is not unlimited during Crab Fest. Just tell you, Shrimp Fest, it's unlimited. But during Crab Fest, it is not unlimited. Just to let you know. Hey, Oh So Fresh is looking out for you. But when I walk up to the counter, there's a particular business downtown. No, shit, they're not a sponsor. I go to Portland Burger. And I go there and I just order my burger. You know, I work downtown. I pay money to be downtown. And if you don't know, I mean, I'm probably going for the cheapest burger on the menu. I get the happy hour special. They turn that thing around. I give them my card. They turn the little iPad around. And it says you can tip $1, $2, $5, or custom. I pay $5 for my meal. And if I'm paying $1 on my $5 meal, I mean, that is 20%. But does that mean I need to tip more to the person that actually comes out to my table and is looking out for me? I don't quite understand it. I want to understand because I work in a front-facing position where I sell stuff. I sell stuff all the time. I sell stuff and I have to maintain a high level of product knowledge, and I am not commission-based. I sell stuff and I hand it to you. I give you advice on how to use it, and I go through the whole rigmarole. There's no tip. Motherfucker didn't even think about tip. You spent $5,000 with me, and no, yeah, I'm not asking you for a $5 after that. And yeah, let's get it down to it. Yeah, let me shit on my boss real quick. I probably make a little bit more than one of these people working the counter do. But I don't feel like I deserve more beside that. I feel there's a satisfaction in doing my job, and if my job was not paying me enough, I think that I should get a better job. Oh, you could say, well, you make it sound so simple. But if what you're doing is not good enough for you to take care of you, your family, and all your shit, then maybe you should be doing something else, because really, by depending on tips, aren't you just gambling? Seriously, what if you just have a shitty tip day? I have a friend that's a stylist. They get tipped an exorbitant amount. And I think that is part of their culture. And my only criticism is the counter tipping. You tip wherever you want, however you want. But man, if you're not doing nothing extra, if I get this cheeseburger to go and you're not trying to carry it out to my car, because why does a person in a fancy restaurant, or even fancy, no, I don't even say fancy, just a little bit more upscale than a McDonald's, deserve a tip when I'm not even allowed to tip the people at McDonald's? And sometimes I feel like they provide better service, faster service. They've never forgotten my order. They've never left me sitting at a freaking table. But I can't tip them. So it's a bit of irony to me. And I think my Lyft drivers don't like me anymore either, because, man, I'm going to tell you, Lyft drivers, I'll tell you this straight up. And I'm very sorry to do this to you, but I'm going to tell you straight up. I have been tipping less because you were cutting into my drinking fund. And I only use you when I'm drinking. I'm just saying that. I'm not trying to be an asshole. But I do wonder, like, why don't people just please charge more for their service? I would use the service all the same. Because if your service is not really worth the shit, then you can't charge more. All you can do is get fair market value for what you provide. And for you taxing me with tips, because I already live someplace where I am taxed for everything I buy. But with you taxing me on tips, how do you sleep at night? Seriously. You gotta wonder. Anyway, I still want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you think about it, because The Hype Podcast is a conversation. I'm doing it solo, so it's a different conversation than normal. There's no motherfucker over here interrupting with racist rhetoric. Not at all. It's just me today. It's just so fresh. Please do your best. Be in touch. 503-776-0167. If you happen to be listening to us on Spotify, please add us to your Spotify playlist. Please tell a friend. We're trying to grow this product. We want to be more consistent for you. I apologize. We've had some equipment errors, and timing. But I felt like I should get up this morning and share my thoughts. And I don't know what I learned this week. I guess I could tell you that what I learned this week was 44 feels like 43. 44 doesn't feel like 30. 44, I still haven't gotten to that high recovery time on drinking. I can still pack it in and make it to work. All I can tell you is that. And I can tell you at 44, I am very proud when you ask for my identification to pick up a pack of smokes or to drink in your establishment. I shaved just for that. If I did not have people asking for my identification when I asked for adult things like a sip of alcohol, I would not shave and I'd probably be a burly, bearded man. But then I'd be way too fucking Portland. And right now, I want to thank you for joining us.
Hold up. Wait.
I guess you just joined my black ass. This is the Hype Podcast. I am DJ Oh So Fresh. Very hyped to be with you for a couple minutes. Yeah, you see me playing on the hype right there. This is what we do every week, every Sunday. And I promise you, we are working on more consistency. Rain or shine, we will do a goddamn show.
It's time to go.
Also, I have to give a shout out to our sponsor, Fortress Property Management. If you have to have your shit managed, like you own property and you want to get great management for it, Fortress, 503-752-8519. Or if you're looking for a place to live, you can go ahead and hit them up, 503-752-8519. Mini, I'm talking about a company that's sitting there with 1,000 doors. So there's a solution for you as a tenant. And as a property owner, you know they're doing it right at 1,000 doors. They're in the 1K club.
It's time to go.
Shout out to Fortress Property Management, always winning on wonderful. Once again, that number is 503-752-8519. Till next time, it's Oh So Fresh, and this is the Hype Podcast.